Good morning. Welcome back to the farm, to a different farm, right? Totally different setup. Looks a little different. Monday morning milking with Melissa. Lots of M's. But we're loving it here. And she's gonna whip me in the face this whole time. Usually mornings aren't so bad. It's the evening ones that she whips me with her tail. But so this is Apple again. Y'all remember Apple? She's gigantic, isn't she? So this cow's never gonna stop growing. She's huge, but she's our big baby. Just our big baby. And as you saw, she had a calf. He is just about 2 weeks old. Tomorrow he will be 2 weeks old. And he is doing fabulous. She is doing fabulous. He's our little miracle calf in a way. It was kind of her last ditch effort to keep Apple with us. We just had a really hard time with her getting bred, when she got bred, staying pregnant. It was a struggle, and then she tested positive for VVD and Nispora, and those two both play a big role in reproduction, and it just seemed like a losing battle. But Apple means the world to us, and we did not want to have to slaughter her. So last Christmas time, she went into heat, and I said, all right, we're doing this. We're gonna try one more time. And I just couldn't give up on my girl. And she took, and now we have this little sweet little guy, and she's BVD free. I don't know, prayed and worked my butt off, filling her with good stuff for her gut, and we did vaccinate her twice, and she is BVD free. So that's awesome. So hopefully that is behind us. And so little Adam is the calf's name. And hopefully Adam doesn't come along and knock that over. So I did strip milk, didn't I? I strip milked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Did I? Let's just do it again to make sure. I'm pretty sure I did this. Yeah, I know I did. Well, Adam came along on September 30th. His due date she was due October 1st, so right on time. I really hope you can hear me. My phone needs to be replaced desperately, so I can't wear a microphone. The jack doesn't work, the plug-in doesn't work. I figured I would just tell you the birth story because it's always fun. Who doesn't love a good birth story? Leading up to this, so my sister was getting married October 4th, and I knew that, and mind you, we bred her before we knew about that date, so it wasn't, whatever. It wasn't intentional to be that close. So she's a little bit of pistol here, a little bit. We have a little obviously different setup, so she moves a little bit more. Anyway, so leading up to her due date of October 1st, I was noticing changes, not huge changes in her, and I thought, oh, maybe we will. My hope was that she was not going to be calving on wedding day. I was in the wedding. It was an hour away, almost an hour and a half away. There's no way I can be here. But she was minimal changes, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe she'll wait till after the wedding, which would have been fine too. And then on September 29th, all of a sudden I was just like, oh boy, you really bagged up. And her teats, that afternoon, all of a sudden her teats started looking full. And her bag wasn't massive. I can insert a clip here. It was big, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't seem full all the way up on top. But her teats were full. And I've known this cow. This cow and I we're like that. We know each other. And I just was like, gosh, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen to within 24 hours was my thought. And that night we had, my daughter had dance class, and I got home at 8, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check her when I get home. That was my intention, and determine whether I need to bring her in the barn. We have a big, it was the bullpen is what I always knew it as. Big, like, giant stall, I guess you could call it, a giant pen. And we bedded it down real good for her to birth because she likes birthing in a stall. We learned that when we were at the other house, she birthed in the exact same stall every single time. Like when it was getting close, she would stand in front of that stall. There were other ones to choose from, but and wanted that one open for her. Even when she lost a calf, she had it in that stall. Like that was her birthing stall. And so we knew she wanted to be in the barn, or she would want to birth in a barn. And sure enough, I get home that night and she is standing at the door you saw me bring them in. She's standing on the other side in the cow yard, and she's just standing at the door. And I was like, oh, I just think she wants me to let her in. I think she knows it's time. And her pins, it's a ligament up here that it gets really soft when they're eminent to calf. And it really dips down. And it wasn't dipped, but it was like super squishy. And I'm like, you know what? We're just going to put her in the barn overnight. Like, what's it going to hurt if I bring her in the barn? She'll be fine. So we did. Brought her in the barn. And I just thought, well, I really thought, I think she's going to have this calf. I think she just knows. Sure enough, next morning, I come out at 5, and here's this calf. Oh, he's born, and oh, it was sweet. And she was just so proud. So proud. She was a little bit of a protective mom for for most of that day. She was pretty protective, even with me, the one she trusts above all. Like, she was pretty protective of him. But it also been 3 years since she'd had a calf. We kept her in milk for over 2.5 years, and almost 3 years to the day. Her last calf was October 6th of 2022. So she loves being a mama. So I think she was like, yes, now everyone stay away from my baby because I got to do this again. So he was great, healthy. But her teats, she calved in with teats that are like this big. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to milk that? And how is he going to eat? And luckily, the swelling went down and they're not so bad. They're still pretty big teats, but he figured it out even right away. And he's been great ever since. I was concerned at first, overprotective probably, and I milked out a little colostrum, put it in a bottle, and tried to give it to him, and he wouldn't drink it, so I knew he was getting some. I was just worried that he wasn't getting any with the big teats. And then the next day, the next morning came out, and she really she couldn't stand. She tried really hard, got her front up, but could not get her back legs up, was so weak in the back end. All right, chill out. She's just about done here. And I'm just relief milking at this point. I'm not milking her out. I will be very soon because he's getting big enough that he's handling it very well. But anyways, got the vet out, and the vet was very, we had given her some energy paste the night before because she's prone to have ketosis. But she's never had milk fever. I gave her calcium the day that she was having a hard time standing, and the vet came out, and the vet was confused. The vet was so good. She was so thorough and great. But she goes, I think it's milk fever, but she doesn't have any of the symptoms of milk fever except that she couldn't get up. And the vet saw that she tried. She tried so hard. But she had literally none of the other symptoms. In fact, the longer the vet was here, she was here for a good hour or more, the more she thought, this isn't milk fever. It doesn't look like milk fever. Then our other thought was a pinched nerve, some sort of like calving, like a muscle or a nerve issue. So she treated her for milk fever just to make sure, gave her a bottle of calcium and a steroid shot in case it was like a pinched nerve. Or something like that, or a muscle issue. And within 10 minutes, she was up and we put her right out on pasture as soon as we could. The calf, obviously, I'd been milking her laying down that day. That was fun. So enough to get a bottle in him, a couple bottles in him, and oh my gosh, Apple. Anyway, so as soon as he nursed, we got him out on pasture, and they have been great ever since. Ever since. She is thriving on pasture. And this is a much bigger pasture than what we had before, so they have plenty of forage. And I've just increased her feed a little bit here and there, and yeah, we're at a good spot where she's being a brat. She really wants out of here. She wants to be my baby. Okay, I'll finish my story as I clean up here. So, and the pigs are hungry. Pigs are in the barn temporarily while we get a pen set up. And they're annoying in the morning. So we put them out on pasture. Oh, yeah, I was saying that they've done great. We've had 0 issues since, none. She has done fabulous. He's doing great. He's growing like a weed. I cannot believe how big he's getting. He was a very tiny calf. She's a very big cow, and she's gotten so big that and it's been 3 years. So we're like, gosh, I swear this is the littlest calf ever that she's ever had. But then again, I'm like, well, it's been a long time. Do we remember correctly? So, anyway, so we're doing great. They're doing great. And I get about, well, I milk her twice a day right now, only for a little bit. Again, until he's big enough that he can handle it longer. So I just have to milk her in the morning. I'm a morning milker. I don't really love evening milking at all. It doesn't work well for me. And so for a little bit longer, I'll milk her twice a day. I get about 2.5 gallons with just relief milking. So, and then about 2.5 gallons from Edna with once a day milking. So we've got milk. We got lots of milk, lots and lots of milk. I'm making lots of things. But so yeah, that is our update with Apple and the calf and Edna. You saw that I'm still milking her. And I am machine milking her, and so if you want to, I can talk about why I machine milk Edna and why I hand milk Apple, and that is my plan. I don't plan on machine milking Apple, and there is a good reason for that. So maybe that'll be next week's Monday Morning Milking with Melissa episode. I will talk about why I hand milk and I machine milk. So all right, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you next time. I didn't even explain how much Alice loves babies. Like she doesn't want to move. She just even wants to be in the pen. And it's always been like this. It's just with every species. Okay, maybe not chickens, but she just loves when the pigs have piglets, and when the cows have cats. She just is like, I want to be right there. She must have been a midwife in another life, because she loves babies. She'll just lay there. She doesn't even, it's just funny. She just loves them.